Hello and welcome to the MAC weather page for this Monday, January 25th. You can see temperature is pretty mild out there in the mid to upper 20s across the area. Lots of cloud cover. We're going to see some light rain move in later today, and then as the cooler air filters in by tonight and tomorrow morning, we'll see a switch over to some snow. Right now, the best chance of accumulations are going to be across the far northwestern MAC areas, but especially in the northwest lower Michigan, where possibly an inch or two could be found as you get up towards Cadillac. I think trace to an inch amounts across mid-Michigan, and again minor amounts across the rest of the area. But again, this will not be a big system. We got another system like this that looks to move in as we get towards Friday or Saturday, and then maybe another system Sunday. All three of these look pretty weak. We'll have a surge of warm air on the front side of these systems and then cooler air in the return. But overall, over the next 7 days, I think we're going to average about 3 to 5 degrees above normal. And if we're going to expect any significant snow, there is a system we're going to be watching for towards the middle of next week, but again, way too early on that system just yet. So we'll monitor that over the next few days. But no big storms in the meantime, and pretty decent weather. You can see on the webcam this morning from Blissfield, Michigan, all things are quiet, and we should remain that way until the rain moves in later today. And then you can see on the low-level wind fields, you can clearly see where the low-pressure system is. There's a secondary system. They're going to merge, and that's going to track right across Wisconsin into northern lower Michigan as we go through the next 24 to 36 hours. You can see on radar some of the activity, most of this in the form of snow, but as that system comes out of the south, it'll draw warmer air into the Great Lakes. And again, especially for the southern part of the state, I think it'll be primarily a rain event, changing to snow late tonight and tomorrow with just a dusting again to a trace, maybe an inch in some areas, especially across mid-Michigan off to the north and west. If we look at the forecast map, you can see by 7 a.m. this morning, low pressure system will be heading towards Missouri, and it'll be heading to the northeast. It'll merge with this system dropping down from the northwest. And again, it'll pull enough warm air to bring mainly rain to start off with in the area. If you get up towards the Tri-Cities and farther to north, they could start out with a period of freezing rain or sleet as well. If we look at the forecast map by later tonight, you can see low pressure now coming across central Lake Michigan. By this time, we'll begin to get some cooler air filtering in, and again, from the areas of mid-Michigan off to the north and west, a little bit better chance of that changing over to snow. And if we look at the forecast map by tomorrow morning, the low will be near Alpena. Cold front will push through the area, and we'll be left with some scattered light snows across much of southeast lower Michigan, with some lake effect beginning to develop on the Great Lakes. But again, this doesn't look like a big lake effect setup, maybe a couple of inches in some areas. And then finally, as we move into Wednesday morning, that low will be well off to the east. High pressure will build in, but you can already see that this will not hang around long. We expect plenty of 30s this week. And again, behind each system, we may have a day where it drops into the upper 20s to low 30s, but then we'll warm back into the 30s for most of this week. So it'll be a pretty pleasant week. If you're going up north to do some snowmobiling or skiing, it should be great weather to do that. If we look at the forecast of precipitation here over the next 3 days, you can see mainly around a quarter of an inch away from the snow belt areas. And again, much of this in the form of rain, at least early on. And if we finally are looking, if you want to have some snow, much of this will come later next week. The European develops more of a storm that could bring some significant snows into the Great Lakes as we get towards the middle of next week. This is a Canadian model showing a couple of systems dropping down and then moving off to the northeast. So both the Canadian and European would give us several inches of snow. We'll keep an eye on that system here over the next several days. Thanks for stopping by, and have a great day, a great work week, and 73s to all.